like I'm Akademiks.
Marcelli, thank you, my nigga. You're so talented. All right. Let's see what we could get into today. So we do got 50 who is commenting on, and he's still trolling Jim Jones and them. By the way, we got to actually, I guess we should probably start with Jim Jones. So there's a clip of Jim Jones, there's a clip of Jim Jones that went viral recently, and it was put out by Freaky Zeke. Remember we kind of showed, let me see. Did we post it? Maybe we didn't post it. Let's go to Twitter real quick. Freaky Zeke, Jim Jones. Anyway, essentially, Jim Jones had gotten into the comment section with, he got into the comment section and he was posting a whole bunch of damn near threats when it came to Freaky Zeke and others. He was saying, yo, Cam, you a bum, you scared, you pussy. He was basically saying, yo, this guy, he's not, this is Freaky Zeke, by the way. They're all in, or they were all in Dipset. And essentially, what ended up happening was Freaky Zeke ended up posting this video, and this was a video of an old altercation with Jim Jones. Now, I think we read this stuff before already. I told you guys because, people like Mano would love to have y'all think that I'm now age shaming. I'm trying to make people who are older not be in hip hop, which that couldn't be further from the truth. I did a show with Joe Budden. Joe Budden's approaching 50. I do frequent podcasts with Vlad. He's over 50. Gillian Wallow, they're in their probably late 40s. I actually encourage people who are, no matter what age, to be into hip hop media or just a hip hop conversation. I'm not age shaming like that. Now, obviously, if you're ignorant to a certain part of the culture, I'll make fun of it. But I don't think there's an age limit on it, right? Yeah, and the likes of Mano were like, yo, he's whatever. He's age shaming. I'm like, that's not it. I'm actually going off the mentality, you guys are still having a mentality like a 15-year-old and dressing like a 13-year-old. And the guys who are current YNs, they just don't identify with guys with gray beard who look geriatric. No disrespect. Again, you could do whatever you want. But if you're trying to appeal to them, again, you gotta take my advice, but maybe an OG perspective would be probably the doper way. Again, that was me trying to give commentary about, their new podcast that started up. But they were really fixated, and I told you, Mano came up with this whole thing, and he explained it. He said he felt that when I said something to him at the Youngboy concert, I was almost dissing his age. Damn, you here? He felt upset about it. So he's been really triggered by this age thing. And I say that to say, again, it's not about age, because Cameron, who's 50 as well, Cameron came in and Cameron started clowning him about age. And again, it's not that he's 50, it's that they're not acting age appropriate. They're acting emotionally like 12. They're still thinking, let's pull up on the block. Let's do this. You know what I mean? And that's where, I think people realize they're a little bit outdated with it, right? So anyway, after Jim Jones shows up in this comment section, I can't find it here, and I want to keep scrolling because I did type in my search term, I typed in freaky. So you never know what that might bring up, right? Let's see. I typed in freaky. I don't want to see no inadvertent porn. But essentially, Freaky Zeke responded. And he responded to Jim Jones by saying this.
Still warm. You know what I mean? Niggas talking all that soft shit. Niggas ain't soft over here, nigga. Remember that time?
Yes, so Jim Jones called him soft.
When Dame asked you for the fair one, you brought the homies out there, and they told you, nah, you hit them up. Matter of fact, I don't even got to say nothing else. I got the clip right here.
Fight for you. Yeah, they do. You never did nothing,
They
nigga.
do.
You ain't no Dame.
They do. That's right. Yeah.
Now, let me put a little context to this. So this is an old video of supposedly not Cameron, Jim Jones getting into it, into a heated argument with Dame Dash, and looked like they're about to fight. Okay? Watch.
You're entertainer. You're a tough rapper.
No, you soft, gang. You soft, nigga. You soft, nigga.
Can you get the
You
film?
soft, nigga.
You get
This
the
ain't
film.
1989.
You get the film. You ain't never like fuck me up.
So some guy who's with Jim says to him, like, yo, go beat him up, right? Like, they're trying to tell Jim, yo, come on, man. Like, you're lifting all these weights. Go beat the guy up. Like, you know, I don't think Dame Dash has ever been, like, a physical specimen, and he's, like, outside just popping a lot of shit. Like, yo, da-da-da-da. So I guess, you know, these guys, which I've been told they're gang members, they're telling Jim Jones, bro, just go beat the guy up, right?
Don't fuck him up, nobody.
Now, what happens afterwards, I'm talking over it, but I got to explain it in a little detail. Jim goes to another gang member. So one gang member, him, says, Jim, just go beat him up. Jim walks over to another gang member. They're all with Jim, by the way. And Jim says, yo, Blood. You know, Jim is like this big Blood out of New York. He says to this guy, yo, Blood, go fuck him up. So, like, Jim is making a call. Like, you go fuck that guy up.
Cigarette. Go ahead. Fuck me up.
Give me the glass.
Now, this is the wildest shit I've ever seen. Jim tells his goon, go fuck him up and handle my beef. And then he says, let me take your glasses off your face. that was wild. It's like, yo, let me take your glasses off your face. Go fight my battle. This is actually dope shit.
Fuck me up.
He takes the glasses off his face, and Jim is telling him, go fight for me. And Jim is now telling him, fuck him up. There we go. Is that the end of it? Or we gotta go to part
Right
two?
now.
Here we go.
Cigarette. Go ahead. Fuck me up.
Give me the glass.
Fuck me up.
Didn't even give him the fair one. Anyway, you want to see the whole clip? Go to You Welcome Network.
Okay. Nice plug.
You never see me down tonight.
Come on, guys, please. Let's just chalk this off as a fucked up day.
Ain't no fucked up down. He came down out his house to try to disrespect me. And now he gotta eat that when he's not mad. You gonna remember this shit when he's not mad. I bet you do. Fuck about it. Your friends are ashamed of you right now. Your friends are ashamed of you right now.
No, they're not.
They telling you to go swing on your old
These
shit.
niggas don't care about you at all,
They
gang.
should care about the way you act.
About you,
They're
gang.
ashamed
Trust
of you.
me, they don't care about you,
I see
nigga.
that now.
They care about what I do, nigga. Remember that, nigga.
Now, there's this woman here that's like, I believe that's Jim's like wife. She's like trying to keep the cool. Like, she's trying to keep the cool. Like, she's, you know, these guys were like friends, right?
If you're not doing that, let's not do it. If you're doing it, let's get it over. I ain't got no next.
Exactly. We're not.
Let me do what I need to do.
We're not doing it.
So Dame, as much shit as he talks, and, you know, I think he gets a really bad rap these days. He's like, yo, or if we're fighting, let's fight. If we're not fighting, let me just keep going on my day.
I'm gonna take a beat down, let me take it. I'm gonna look good while I can. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, shit.
I'm right here, I ain't going nowhere till y'all go. Get off my block then.
You can't do nothing.
Get off my block then. I can do
You can't do nothing.
Oh, shit. Okay. Now, I think this is, let me see, Dame Dash Jim Jones. Let me see if there's a longer video.
They do. You never see me down tonight.
Come on, guys, please. Let's just
Fuck me up.
Yeah.
this happen. You can't let this hurt. You can't.
Fuck me up.
Give me the glass.
Fuck me up.
All right.
Move, Chrissy. Chrissy, move, Chrissy.
Hell no. Come on, y'all. Baby, please. You can't let this happen. You can't let this hurt. You can't let this happen. You can't. No.
Go inside and do
You
something.
never see me down tonight.
Come on, guys, please. Let's just chalk this off as a fucked up day.
Ain't no fucked up down. He came down out his house to try to disrespect me. And now he gotta eat that when he's not mad. You gonna remember this shit when he's not mad. I bet you do. Fuck about it. Your friends are ashamed of you right now. Your friends are ashamed of you right now.
No, they're not. They know they
So Dame is also kind of getting at his ego. He said, your friends are ashamed at you. Now, I don't know if this is like, y'all remember the scene in, do y'all remember the scene in, oh my God, what am I blanking on the movie? Training Day, where Denzel basically orders like the entire block of gangsters to be like, yo, fuck up the white guy or like kill him or whatever. And they basically look at Denzel and say, yo, you got to put your own work in. It looked like that's what happened. So it looked like, you know, the gang members with Jim, they kind of look at Jim and they said, yo, you know, they probably have some mutual respect for Dame. You know, like a lot of times, no disrespect to gang members. Like, you know, I always tell you, like, you know, a nigga is only as loyal as their last meal. If you didn't feed them last, expect no loyalty. You know, I'm pretty sure Dame put a loaf of bread up in their stomach. Pause. You know what I mean? Extra pause. But you know, just, yeah, Dame probably has looked out for these guys too. So they're like, yeah, we fuck with you, Jim, but like, yo, this guy also is kind of like, yo, he's your homie. Like, we don't want to get involved in this one. If it was your enemy, I'm pretty sure they would ride out. But they're like, come on, man. Like, this guy, he probably gave us here's 500, here's this, whatever. So they look like they don't do anything. They're looking at Jim and saying, bro, that's brotherly squabbles. If you want to fight him, you go fight him. And look like no fight happens. Also, shout out to Chrissy. Somebody corrected me that she's not his wife. She's his, I believe, like 30-year girlfriend, but whatever.
I'm telling you to go swing on your old
These
shit.
niggas don't care about you at all, gang.
They care about the way you act.
Trust me, they don't care about you, nigga. They care about what I do, nigga. Remember that, nigga.
And he's telling them, well, listen, these gangsters I have with me, they care about what I got going on, right?
We're not doing that. Let's not do it. We're doing it. Let's get it over. I ain't got all day.
We're not.
Let me do what I need to do.
We're not doing it.
I ain't got all day for this. I'm gonna take a beat down. Let me take it. I'm gonna look good while I can. Let's go. Let's go.
Now, the interesting part of this is like, it's kind of interesting how, like, you know, not attacking Jim or anything, but people don't really grow up that much. Remember when I told you that whole run-in with Jim at the Barclays? Like, that's how Jim was talking to me. So Jim, I don't know who Jim was with. Like, I don't know Jim's people. I don't know, like, what Bloods and whatever, like, he be running with. But when he was talking to me, like, he was like, yo, like, he kept, like, alluding to, like, these other people around him. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, yo, it's just me. Like, he talked in the plurality. Like, yo, man, anybody got a problem? Like, yo, niggas get hurt fucking with me. Like, yo, y'all think y'all can stop this? And I'm like, I didn't know what he was talking about. But when I watch this video, I kind of get the person who Jim is. Like, Jim is the guy who probably walked around back then and now with probably like 25 Bloods. And, you know, his gang affiliation is probably what has, like, you know, furthered whatever he got going on in life. So I get it. You know what I mean? So whatever. So pretty much this video is kind of par for the course. Now, what do I think about it? I mean, I'm not a gang member, right? So I would look at somebody who requires other gang members to stand up for their honor and pride. I would look at that as a little bit weird, especially if they're claiming to be whatever. However, I'm not in the streets and I'm not a gang member. Now, apparently this is very normal. Like, you go to California, if you walk up to a bunch of Crips and you say, yo, I want to have a one-on-one, they're not going to say, oh, yeah, all right, let's all fall back and y'all go have y'all one-on-one. I think they're all going to give you an issue, especially if it's one of the lead guys. So I can't knock what Jim Jones is doing here, but it was kind of just interesting to me because I'm like, damn, Jim is still moving like this. This video looked like it's from 1988. You know what I mean? Like, and shit, I seen a nigga in 2025 and he was still on that shit. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying about Jim. Like, I'm like, yo, the one thing we got to give Jim credit, like, he ain't maturing and he ain't looking to mature. I can't even knock it. Yo, he got the same energy here as he was in the Barclays. You know what I mean? Like, I can't lie. So anyway, whatever. No, it wasn't. It was in the Barclays. No, it was in I think it was in Jersey. It was Prudential, I think. Yeah, I think so.
I'm right here. I ain't going nowhere till y'all go. Get off my block then. You can't.
But anyway, I do give Dame props for this. Dame comes off as very prideful. He claims he could box. He has like some videos of him like boxing. Do I think he's like, he actually addressed this too, right? He actually addressed this. Actually, because I meant to talk about this topic before, so I actually have the link for when he talked about this. And then we'll get to the 50 stuff, whatever. So he responded here. Dame Dash finally tells what happened with him and Jim in detail. A must watch. All right, I even have a timestamp for y'all here. Here we go.
beat up before, especially if it ain't no guns or nothing, before I'm gonna just let somebody straight disrespect me. Or like if somebody goes stick them up, pause like that, I gotta see the gun. You know what I'm saying? Like show me the gun. You know, I'll give it to you, but just show me.
I'm gonna give it to you.
But just show me a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna give you
Don't bluff me.
for your. You're like, now we cool.
So we good money.
So he's gonna give an explanation here. Which, by the way, like you know, again, this is not age shaming, y'all. I'm just pointing this out. Like, it's kind of because I know the internet loves a fight, but we're talking about guys who are all gray. They're much older, and we're all still like hyper. You know, like, you know, we want to see a fight so bad, but these guys are older, bro. This is not like their prime.
There's no way that I'm gonna just like I preach that they program us to fight each other.
That's where I was going with
when I get in the program, I gotta be like cognizant that, oh shit, I'm in that program.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Where you know it's wrong, but when it's you like fuck all that, and then you're a bad example. I can't do the same thing I'm telling people not to do. So I don't really profess or will have a problem with any black man at all, because that's what they want. So, you know, me and 50, that's jokes until it's not. But right now it's jokes. You know, me and Cam, Fredo, and again, that's the no Fredo. So if you're doing some sucker shit, it look like it might, you gotta be like, nah, no Fredo, no Fredo. So that's the new shit, no Fredo. That's when you're doing some sucker shit, no Fredo, don't do that. But my point is, you know, I don't want to see nothing happen to him. I do feel violated because he brought my children into it, but I'm telling my hands like just relax because they might do some shit I don't know. You know, I'm serious. So you got reflexes, but it would be wrong.
So you off for the fair one? I heard something like that.
With Jim?
Yeah,
and to me in Harlem or any gangster scenario, a fair one is the most manly thing you could do.
Nah, I think he's talking about his Jim situation here.
You might not like a dude, you deal with it, and y'all both go home.
That's right.
And then you respect that person. But anyone that's not willing to give a fair one, especially when it's called, they're a sucker. Don't be tough sending somebody to do your dirty work. If you have a problem, it's man on man.
Now, the fuck? Oh, my bad, fuck. All right. Now, could somebody like kind of put me on game? You know, I'm not a street dude, and I don't care to be. But could somebody like let me know what the normal way of people handling stuff is? Because I tend to agree with Dame. Somebody said tell Aiden to what? Or I'll read that in a second. I tend to agree with Dame where he's pretty much like putting out there like, yo, if you're this tough guy and you're sending people to fight your battles, it might not be the toughest, right? But in gang culture, isn't it we're stronger together? Like gang culture is all about like I hear niggas rap about we don't do fair ones. Like yo, like it's all about jumping and shooting people, right? It's not really like this honor among men, right? Like where it's like, hey, it's this guy versus this guy. It's usually strength in numbers, right? Am I tripping?
And then let's be brothers after.
Right.
And that's respectable.
That's how we grew up, though.
That's how we grew up.
Fair one.
So
Yes, sir.
I've seen like real niggas getting real money, and a nigga that's not getting so much money, and nigga be like, yo, I need a fair. All right, take the jury off. Y'all chill out, and we do a fair one. I've had a lot of fair ones. You know, I gave a couple of
So when
y'all friends, you know what I'm saying?
When you asked for the fair one, Dame, what happened? What was the reaction?
Well, homeboy,
Yeah.
he was like, he didn't want to fight, and you know, I was like, yo, but you work out, you tough.
Oh, yeah, this is about Jim.
Well, homeboy,
Yeah.
he was like, he didn't want to fight, and you know, I was like, yo, but you work out, you tough. What's up with all the muscles? And he was, you know, I do that to get so I can fit good in my clothes. But to me, it was just like I couldn't believe like you're gonna send some people to get into a stupid problem over nothing, and it might affect their life forever. Because I know if something happened to me, there's a lot of people that love me. It ain't gonna be, it's things that become beyond your control. But also, I'm not gonna be able to wear that. It's gonna fuck with me for the rest of my life. Like humbling me would be something I'd have to go get therapy for. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got punked and punched. That's why like with Charlemagne and all of them, and when Fredo got punched in the face, I'm like, how do you get punched in the face and not swing back? How do your body let that happen? Like my body won't do that. Like I just would be like, you know what I mean? I won't be able to control it. You know what I mean? It's like boom, boom. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even like, did you just, you know, it's defend yourself and go ahead. Deal with that shit later. You know what I'm saying? So I think that shows the DNA of a man. Because you don't stand down if you believe in what you're doing. You just wear it. You don't run. Like I said, somebody got the drop on you. It is what it is. Then you want to live. But if it's 2 or 3,
yeah, but we got to see that.
You know what I'm saying? I got to see. Yeah, I got to see.
Yeah, it's also, I know people are like really enamored with, and I hate to say this because there's going to be a time that all the things I think is important, people are going to just say the same thing that I'm saying now. They're going to say it about me or say it about maybe things I think is important. And bro, like all of these guys who we love and they come from like damn near this golden era, like popping in the 90s and early 2000s. They're 50 years old, bro. Like, yo, we got to stop like try to live out these storylines. Just let him go. I love what Nas is doing. Like Nas ain't trying to like still like, yo, let me show you why. Like, I'm gonna get back at Jay. Obviously they squash it, but it's like, yo, these guys, yo, this is like the grandpas at the motherfucking cookout reunion. It's okay. Like hearing these guys talk about fights like 2 decades ago is crazy. But you know, obviously there's an insatiable thirst for it. Yeah, so I guess the takeaway from that is Jim Jones, you know, he moves, and I think he wears it on his sleeves. He's a blood. He wears it on his sleeves. He's in strength in numbers. And that kind of makes sense because I think anytime we've seen him outnumbered, he's not the same person, I would probably say. Okay. Now, and by the way, I see people saying A$AP Rocky. We're going to get to A$AP Rocky, don't you worry. So, oh my God. So, what happened is 50, he's on some bullshit. And he's trying to figure out who really wants to smoke with him. Now, obviously, he's not getting along with the guys from that podcast. The podcast is called Let's Rap About It. So it includes Dave East, Mano, Fabulous, and Jim Jones. And he just recently posted this about like 2 hours ago. And he has the song Turn Off the Lights. And he says, LOL, Cam, turn the lights off on them bum-ass niggas in there with flashlights. So he's clowning them that their recording studio currently has no lights. Now, one of the interesting things to note, because I've been waiting, right? Like I've been waiting. Let's look at this. Let's Rap About It podcast. They haven't recorded or released an episode in 3 weeks. And this is where, like, you know, one thing I like about 50, he's like me. And I know you're going to be like, come on now, 50's a demon. You're right. But let me tell you this. The root of every good villain is to figure out what is the vulnerable point of your opponent. And I told you, I've you know, not that they're necessarily my opponent, but I could tell if me and Mano are going to keep going back and forth, I'm going to always play off the fact that I believe he's insecure with his age. He's insecure with his age. He doesn't want to keep. If you constantly remind him that you're a 53-year-old man, he will explode, shrink, or he'll crash out. I noticed. I could tell, right? That's his Achilles heels. Look, you could tell by this thumbnail right here. Look, this is him. This is a 53-year-old man that was upset. 50 has figured out another Achilles heel. And what that is that these guys, they're not doing, and I think Fabulous might be the only exception. They're not doing this podcast out of luxury and kicking back. Like, for example, Joe and Jada. I don't think either of them need that podcast. I don't think a lot of some of these legends and OGs need that podcast. Need whatever podcast they're on. For whatever reason, this podcast looked like it's the last chance of making it really big. Now, they've all had some moments of like, you know, of shine. But with the exception of Fab, they haven't really been them niggas. Right? And 50 has realized that shit matters to them. So 50 kind of hit them with a jab. You notice their tone changed when 50 said, y'all owe $250,000 in rent. They try to play it off. They said, oh, we're going to do a episode called The Squatters in Action. But 50 came back and said, yo, I got them to pay that money. to the man. The man even offered me part of their podcast. So financially, he realized they're not all the way correct. And, you know, again, I think Fab is up. He's the only one. But Fab, I don't think he gives a fuck too much about doing a podcast. I think he just fuck with these dudes. The onus is going to fall on Jim and Mano, because that seems more of their lane to finally break through whatever they're trying to do. So Fifth realizes that, and Fifth is in their business. They ain't pay rent, on their ass. They had to wire some money over on some emergency shit. They haven't filmed an episode in 3 weeks. Podcasts usually drop every week. People take a break for Christmas or whatever. It's 2 weeks into the new year. We ain't see one yet. What we get to find out, and this is how great Fifth is that maybe they're not filming at the new spot because they don't have power. They're going through a beef with their landlord. Their landlord realized these guys are either insolvent or can't pay their bills. And in certain situations, the landlord, the light bill goes under the landlord's name. So you know what the landlord probably does? Because they probably paid a little bit of the money. They probably didn't pay the full thing. The landlord cut the power. No power. Y'all think y'all gonna keep playing with me and keep recording that podcast acting like y'all a boss? Fuck that. Y'all gonna do it in darkness. They better go to church. Only God could create a miracle. Let there be light. Because now 50 is getting the exclusive info that their podcast space has no electricity. Darkness. Yo, you ever seen that part? Look. Charlie Murphy. Darkness. Right here.
Because of my complexion, he used to call me Darkness. He calls me and my brother Darkness. He calls us Darkness Brothers. See, this is long before.
That's what's happening over there. Darkness. Hold on, we gotta get the yo. We need to drop from Dave Chappelle playing Rick James. Here we go.
Wesley Snipes. Back then, we was the blackest niggas on the planet, according to Rick James.
Eddie, both of them brother Darkness. Twin brother Darkness.
Darkness. Anyway. So 50 puts this up and it says, yo, Cam, turn off the lights. And so, all right, I'll cut this for copyright purposes, but look like, get the flashlights out. Now, theoretically, they should be able to still film without the lights, honestly. Like, once you bring in a generator or something like that, uncomfortable situation, you're probably going to be cold, but theoretically, you could get some high-powered lights to power the set, power the cameras, the recording device or the computer, and get an episode recorded, right? But anyway, look like that's what's happening. And then 50 posted this. He says, look at this. He says, they in there like, all we got is us. LOL. We all we got. Forever. Oh, man. He's saying they're in darkness.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Super Bowl 60? Are you ready for the excitement, the adrenaline, Branson Cognac? What the fuck? What happened with the lights, man?
And whenever you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Super Bowl 60? Are you ready for the excitement, the adrenaline, Branson Cognac? What the fuck? What happened with the lights?
Okay, so he's making a joke of the whole thing. Interesting to see what ends up happening. They're taking it like it's promo. Jim Jones has, kind of started like, it's one, when somebody clown you about something and you have two responses. Be like, nah, you're lying. Or sometimes you can just embrace it. So he's embracing the struggle like this right here.
Since I'm starting the year off at the top of your Explorer, are you not entertained? Since everybody want to put my business in the street, I might as well talk to you about my business. Right now, I am in the second phase of construction, and we're not open to public. This is a raw space. I have not found out yet what I want to do exactly in this space, but in my mind, I was thinking of building like a little mart, but we'll see how that goes. Hold up, though. I'll show you what we'll be doing. I'm building a multi-purpose content creation facility.
Jim
for
Jones,
media.
Jim Jones turning to me. You know, I told you I be doing my DIY thing out here. This nigga, he grabbed a drill. He grabbed like the construction outfit too.
Fashion, music, and broadcasting. We have a boutique in here. Real boutique. We almost finished the loading all fresh. The barbershop. That'll be done. Come on with it. Come on with it. I love free promo. As you can see, the open space. This is actually a studio. It's almost done. Almost side. It's gutted right now, so don't hold nothing against me. Show you.
Truth be told, doesn't look bad. Just gotta pay their bill.
Old shit coats paper, you heard? Don't want nobody to think I'm in here, you know what I mean? It's crazy because, what we doing? The young boys usually be back there. The young boys don't feel no temperature, all they feel is opportunity. They still be here working in the midst of us working. So we still in the midst of construction.
So he's kind of accepting what 50 is saying. There's no heat in there. Like, it's cold here, but there's no heat. They're working on stuff.
Got a few things we're gonna be doing out here. We another studio we putting over here. Bodega. Be a nice little fun street to film on, do broadcast. It's not even half of it. We got a whole nother half to film on. But what I'm trying to say is I've been happy to be able to invest in myself and something that I know is going to help a lot of other people. I'm not building this facility for myself. Yes, it is a business move. That's why I invested in myself. But I'm building this facility for all creators.
How they still got that fucking beep? It's like a industrial spot. I thought that was only for like apartments.
And young ones that's trying to come up to be a creative or have a creative ability that they want to know how to double down on. It's like an X-Men school for all the fly people, if you say so yourself. So, you know, I appreciate the promo. I love free promo. You know, I ain't gonna miss a beat. You did?
One thing I don't like about how Jim and them like interpret or take things from 50 Cent. Why when he ran into me, he didn't say, yo, Act, thank you for all the free promo. You know what he said? Yo, shit like that get niggas hurt. Yo, niggas die over shit like that. Yo, me and the gang, yo, we want to get active. Niggas can't stop us. I'm like, yo, what's wrong? Why are you not talking to me like that? He didn't talk to me like that. He was belligerent. How come when 50 does it, it's, yo, thanks for the promo. 50 call him a squatter, bum ass niggas. Like 50 say anything about him, they call it free promo. With me, they're belligerent.
It's cold in here. I love y'all, man.
Okay. Then there were a few more things.
So I was saying, since the cat's out the bag, might as well show you all the process, and we could do it together. Told you I was in second phase of construction. This is another side of the building, actually. This is we were actually building the gym at. All my gym enthusiasts pull up. Right now they just sheet rocking. What's up with you? Doing good? Hello, kid. You heard? We working. With old sheety and things.
Yo, Jim, take the fucking camera off them workers before 50 send ice in that bitch and really clear that bitch out. Please, don't do it, bro. You know how 50 play. He played dirty. Stop showing them workers up in there, bro. 50 Cent ice up in there, the fans gonna do a real sweep. Stop it. Stop it, Jim. Don't do that.
Things like that. Maybe a few weeks, the gym will be up and running. I'm excited. Start to shoot my fitness shows.
This jacket hard though.
Get everybody in shape. Got some plans for it. But yeah, we're gonna start to just go through.
Okay. And then there's a few things. So Jim's getting his hands dirty.
First day of my new job.
Now, Jim, you know I'm a big DIY person. I don't do it out of necessity like you're doing it, but I could give you a couple of tips. First of all, you know, according to OSHA, like you should probably have the safety goggles on. Okay, I'm glad you got the gloves. Safety goggles is a thing. Okay.
Sometimes you just gotta get your hands dirty yourself. You heard?
But I will be doing construction.
You heard?
Fuck what they talking about.
Yo, Jim, I hope for your sake, the only drill you know about, because you don't know about this type of drill. Maybe you know about another type of drill where y'all doing some extra gang shit on, but this drill, you look like this was your first time using. It's all good. What else?
I was joking. Y'all thought I was playing games about this construction we building right now.
Yeah, that beep is pissing me off.
We're building a platform for this beautiful LED wall that we have inside of the sound stage. You heard?
You heard.
Sometimes you gotta get your hands dirty yourself. We working on it.
Yo. It's a miter, so you pull out, then you go down. It's all good. Anyway, shout out to Jim, man. Remember, hey, for stud placement, usually 16 on center, all right? Shout out to Jim, though. They're doing their thing. He's trying to make... I just wish these guys would have a sense of humor, though. They're just too tough. Like, I just hate niggas too tough. It's like, bro, like I could tell he's trying to play into it a little bit, but they're just too tough. Like, 50 is just a jokester. Cam, straight up jokester. Like, I could tell he's not there yet with that, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. Anything else from 50 Cent? I know y'all want me to talk about. Y'all want me to talk about A$AP Rocky. Let's go to A$AP Rocky, y'all.